Hey guys, welcome to a new video. Today we're going to learn about how to use distance, like distance, how to calculate it in the most simplest way, and we're going to like how to detect the distance. So like if you're close enough, something will happen. So why not let's do it then? Yes, there's no reason to waste time on a fucking intro. We hate that. Nobody wants that shit whatsoever. So you're gonna go to the starter player scripts. Then you're going to just call it distance. Doesn't really matter. And to know the distance, we don't want to print the output. We want to just have the screen going. So we're just gonna call it screen going. Call it main. Then text. Oh, text label. We want a text. There. Then we want to say local player equals game dot players local player. You don't have to use repeat wait, or in sometimes like a camera or something. That's the only reason why you would probably use it. But when there's like a wait for child function, so it's not really helpful anyway. Then we're gonna say local. We're gonna just call it distance equals player GUI wait for child main then dot distance. Then we're adding a while loop, while wait do. Then we're going to say torso equals player dot character wait for child torso. Though know what, I don't think it's the greatest idea to you know what, this is all only for prior text, learning how to calculating, but I don't really think this is the greatest practice, but we see. It's long time since I'm like calculating the distance. Like right now I'm only running the distance like one time, not all the time. So if total dot position, and you always want to minus it, position minus it with the workspace dot path dot position. Oh, goddammit, path dot position. Then you're gonna say add magnitude. What that does is just actually maybe you should just like print and see the results. But what this does, oh no, you know what, we're gonna say distance dot text equals, and remember to add that because or else there will be some problems. And as you can see, it's printing its distance from part and the torso, and that's very cool. So one thing, if you wait, whoa, I haven't seen that one. Oh, but we change it the icon. Oh, okay, that's a little bit fancy, not gonna lie, but yeah, if you keep changing it, it's annoying. So if you want to detect its distance, if I call that, and then we're gonna say lesser or equal to 5, then print player is close enough to execute this if statement, or continue. Okay, this would give more sense to say right execute. So as you can see, when we're close enough, it's actually printing it out. So that's very neat. Distance equals the text, and as you can see, if it's lesser than 5 or 5, then it prints, and you can actually do the opposite if you want to do that. So like a safe zone, you could do this if you want to make a safe zone. as you can see now, this is more like a safe zone. And if you don't want this insane float value, what else you can do? Now we are going to use math. Instead of that insanity, you can say math dot we want floor, and this is just choosing the closest value. And as you can see, now it's just printing the closest value, and this is just much better than confusing your players. And if you want to the default value, then you have to like use like a substring, and we haven't even been on that video. And this is actually how you're detecting distance. So workspace.part the break color equals break color dot new. I'm just gonna call it green or red. Really red. And then or else we're gonna make it green. Really green. Isn't that really green? Whatever. We're gonna just say green. I know green. That's probably the closest. Yeah, okay, maybe not that, but as you can see, when we get close, like if you maybe you want to make doors or something, you can also do that. Maybe you want to make an NPC, so if you get it close, it will kill you. There's many use cases for this, and it's not even the client server. You can also go to the server script. So if you want the server to be impacted by the distance of the players, then we're gonna say distance, call that distance, and now we can remove that if you want to, or we can actually, if you want that, so we can just go local scripts, make a while wait loop, wait, do, and we just a fast way to just change the distance. Here is script parent text equals game dot players dot local player dot character wait for child torso minus workspace dot part dot position dot magnitude. This is also work, but this the other way is just better if you want, oh, I forgot to say position. This just helps that we can see how far we are. And now what we want to do now is like we want all players to be impacted on the server itself. So now we can say for slash comma player in pairs game that players get children. Now we can say local total, and you could add current, you could say current, but this is up to you how you want to reference your things. Then total equals player dot character, player dot character wait for child total, and just to make sure if it works, we can say total destroy. Oh, I forgot one thing. We want it to be in a while loop, even though it could impact the performance. So you want to run this one of the few times. Oh yeah, and then as you can see, get those players. And then what else you also could do is just, there's also another way you could do this, but yeah, we just, for now we're just gonna say wait for 5 seconds. This is the best thing we can do without making an error. Okay, destroy. Oh, it's just me. I call it destroy, but at least we know it's working. So if to total dot position minus workspace dot part dot position dot magnitude is lesser than, okay, we're gonna say 10, then we can say, and we're taking the current because of the player all total, and we can also say local model, and we can we're going to add the model in here so we can get the person who is actually close. Right now it's just detecting who's the closest player, and we might want that. So local model equals total dot parent, then model find first child, even though we don't really need that, we can just say humanoid dot health minus equals 5. Okay, maybe that's too fast. And as you can see, we're going to lose health. Oh yeah, as you can see, we're losing health because we're too close. Wow. Okay. Okay, I gotta experimenting with this because okay, this is getting more like, you know, more modern. And as you can see, we're losing health because we are too close. And this is again where you can use, maybe it's like a good idea to say part. This is just making the code even more readable. Part of position magnitude is less than 10. So now if if it's 10, even though that will always be hard to get 10, or than if you now did say when you, if you want 10, then you have to do the same thing here, math.floor, or you can actually as a seal and return to the smallest integer large than or equal to x precisely. This one just takes the closest number and making it more little, you know, math. Funny math, like if it is closer, if it's you know, if it's closer to, like if you say 8 comma dot 49, then that will be to, and that will turn to 7. It will turn to 7. But if we used the seal, then it will turn to, you know, then it will turn to 9. And then you could multiply that with the distance if you want to. When your how close the player is, how much damage you will take. Oh. As you can see, how close we are, more damage you will take. And that went just completely crazy. Yeah. Not really good. But then you can change the health. So this is basically how you can detect distance. Oh, okay, so how more insert you are, less health you will take, and that's not really good. We want it to be the opposite. And how we would do that is I think, yeah, we'll just minus that and hope it's not going to positive, because then we'll gain health, but that's not what we wanted. And we are actually gaining health. Oops. But as you can see, this is how we would do the thing. And you could also say, I don't know if you say plus equals, when you do the opposite. Like I've never, as I told you, I've never implemented this. So there's that problem. but if it works, it works. And then I'm just gonna say to you, that it's probably better to like make your own research on DevForum. It has really great sources on these sort of subjects. But other than that, thank you for watching and see you next great time. See ya.